The governance call. Did you start streaming already, love? Great. Okay, well let's start with the classic like how you're feeling. Sorry, let me get this. I don't have it shared pulled up yet, but it's the how you're feeling and yeah, intentions. Thank you. There it is. No, I have it right here. So, and I have the link. I just gotta share the screen. Okay. So, I'm feeling great. Just hired a Twitter specialist earlier today and talking to fundraisers, and so loving the building like really high quality people into our community. My focus this week is Angel Vault and figuring out how to do the Faye thing and get the money from everybody. Working with Yas on that. And my intentions for the call are just to facilitate a great call and hopefully cover all of the token swaps and the various other governance things that are all happening. Yeah. And so I'll pass it to Frashelle.
Hi everyone. So happy Monday. I'm feeling awesome and well rested, and my focus for the week is to work on onboarding a new HR person, work agreements, and also some payments as well, process some payments, and hopefully start the quarterly butter reviews, like send reminders for everyone. So yeah, and intentions for the call is to just sync up, and I'll pass it to.
Oh, I didn't hear who you said to pass to, Frashelle.
I'll pass it to Marco.
Of course. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm feeling okay. This Monday could be better. Focus for this week, I think structuring this whole design system, new thing, and files and everything else, and the way we structure that and try to make it open for the community to contribute to that. We'll see. I'll keep thinking about that. Intentions for this call. Well, I just added that proposal for that was on the forum, so I'm just looking for the next steps. And I also added the Giveth Connect proposal because it was missing. So I was just wondering what's the current state with that. That's it from me. Pass it over to Danny if you're ready.
I think I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Woohoo! Yeah, I haven't been on a governance call for a few weeks, you guys. Excited to see you all, because I just see so much in the forums and flying through. So I'm happy to get caught up, see where I can contribute. I've kind of been sick. You guys who left Costa Rica, good job. We just had a major wave of Giardia go through everybody, so I'm feeling a lot better today, but there's about 25 of us so far who have been a little down for this last few days. But it gave me a chance to read through everything. I'm excited about the farm and to see how I can help govern. And yeah, thanks you guys for rocking it. This is amazing. I popped in a little late. Kai, did you go yet?
I didn't. Hey guys, great to get updated here. Slow week for me too. I'm healthy, man. So sorry everybody's sick. Get better, guys. Yeah, cheers to you, Danny. Sadly, didn't score any Burning Man tickets. Sorry, I tried. I'm excited to start this week. And I give it to Carlos. I think you didn't go yet.
Thanks, Kai. Hey everyone, I'm feeling great. It was a great weekend. I got to meet Ashley this weekend that she came to Barranquilla. So yesterday we ate a lot, sushi, ice cream, and so much. We ended up full. But yeah, cool. I'm feeling great. And My intentions for this week is to prepare a backend release for the features of last week, and yeah, get sync up. I'll pass it to Mateo.
Hey guys, not distracted, ready to listen to all of you and learn and just participate as much as I can. We're coming from a development call, very productive. Nothing much to add. I think, Danny, have you gone?
Yes, I have.
I'll
Okay.
go. Hi. I'm feeling fine. My focus for the week is Give Power. Sam is looking at a bunch of things for Give Power, and Mo is working on designs, and I really want to push that forward, as well as just like all of the coordinating and cat herding and supporting things. My focus for the call, well, I have an intention for the call. I want to talk a little bit about regen farms, potentially changing this like 1% that we're taking from DAOs and putting to our give liquidity thing. Maybe we want to up it and just have a little bit of space for that discussion. Because I'd also like to start doing outreach to DAOs to get them onto regen farms. I think it's awesome. And that is all I've got. I'll pass it to Giantkin.
Really good timing. I'm feeling pretty well. Considering it's Monday, I feel great. My intent of the call is hopefully to catch up and sync with everybody. And the focus for the week, of course, is to protect the server. All right, thanks. Pass it to Katame?
You are mute. Yeah, I'm mute.
You're muted.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Well, my intention for the call is also to sync with everyone and get updated. And my intention for the week is actually do a couple of proposals for Give Forum and hopefully start creating a plan to attract builders to Giveth. So thanks, and I'll pass it. I wasn't here, so I'm not sure.
Hello, everyone. First of all, Marco, I like your haircut. It's beautiful. I'm tired. I'm not distracted. I'm tired, and this week was productive, and I have many things on my plate next week. And I'm so interested in, we have Power, we have the Vault and other projects, all of them are new, and also onboarding the DevOps guys. It's, they are all tested. Make me busy for next week. But I'm so interested in this to talk about that we have finished the transferring permission contracts, upgrade permission are transferred to multi-sig, but a few multi-sig transactions done because I did a mess and we should clean it. Yeah, I passed to Jay.
PM everybody. I'm feeling like $1 million today. And intention is to help out with Ichi, get that across the finish line, and then see if we can't line up potential tokamak Core 3 reactors, or at least get some more information in the lead on how we could actually beat out the other teams and DAOs that will definitely be in the running for it. So I apologize I joined late. Not sure who hasn't gone.
Let's throw it to Freshell. Wait, no, Freshell went. Everyone went. Did everyone? Yes, Yas came in. Yas, how are you feeling? The question is, how are you feeling? Your focus for the week and intentions for the call. Oh, Yas, are you there? No? Okay, Monique, I think you still need to go too, right?
Yeah. I'm feeling okay. My focus for this call. My plan for this week is just to finalize the roadmap and other documentation that I have to prepare and have all the concerns and the opinions of the stakeholders from all the Giveth projects bodies together and have two things with the design guys this week. And my intention for this call is just to ask for more hiring on tech side.
Cool. And Yas, is your mic working?
Hi.
Yes.
Yes, I had to change the settings for my microphone. Apologies. Yeah, so all good here. I just my intention for this week is to get all the details with the Ichi team for our annual vote, so we can put up the proposal for the new fundraising plan up and running, and also looking into additional types of fundraising for the huge volumes of gift tokens that we have pending. So, from my side.
Thanks, Yas. And Pavle, do you have how are you feeling? Intentions for the call and all that.
Okay, so thanks everyone. I'm good, and it's been a turbulent weekend here in Serbia because of the elections, but we'll see how that plays out. My intentions for the call are just to listen in and to support Amin because we did something and it might be related to the governance. But it's technical, and mostly I just wanted to listen to the governance call, see what's going on, and that's it.
Cool. So then let's, there's a lot to cover in this call and lots of people here. So let's try to be quick through our agenda points so that we can cover everything, but go in depth as we need. So maybe we can start off with region farms, outreach to DAOs, 1%.
Yeah, so I guess what I wanted to, I was talking about this with Griff, and so right now we have for region farms, 1% of the rewards that the DAO is putting in goes to the Giveth matching pools to be distributed to verified projects, and then a separate 1% goes to our liquidity multi-sig, and then we're like, we're making liquidity against their token with that. So super cool, but we did all of this work to set it up for Fox. I mean, it's awesome because they helped us a lot in getting it going out first. But we ended up with I don't know what it was, like 5,000 or something, like only like 5,000 Fox worth of liquidity. Right?
I think it was it 5,000? I thought it was 1,000.
1,000, maybe 1,000. Oh yeah, no, maybe it was 1,000. So like $1,000 worth of liquidity for all of this work we did, like trying to set up things for their DAO. I mean, it almost doesn't even cover the hours that our contributors put into actually making that happen. So I think that we should up this maybe a little. And actually, it was Griff's idea, but I think it's a great idea, so I want to push it forward. Maybe we bring it up to 2%. And I just kind of wanted to get like general idea in this call, because then I would need to update the documentation, and I really would love to do start doing a little bit of outreach to some DAOs, like to Aaron, who was interested in doing this, and some other, like I'll talk to Willie, and I want to get more people coming in with this. But I think like for the future DAOs, since we have everything already set up and we did it with Shapeshift, maybe we update that to be 2% to our liquidity multi-sig. What do you guys think?
I'm even thinking like, what if we make a minimum of like $3,000 minimum and then some percentage, so that if they put in extra, but there's always a minimum, like if they only want to get 50K worth of rewards, like, well, okay, it will always work. However many rewards you want to give, here's this minimum that you have to give. We're not going to sell your tokens. We're going to put in liquidity against ours. And then also you have to donate this minimum amount to donation.eth. And then or this percentage about, if you go with huge rewards.
So basically going from 1% to 2% just doubles that amount from 1,000 to 2,000. Are there other impacts on that change, like longer term?
No, I mean, it wouldn't change anything longer term. It's really the only thing we get from a DAO when we're setting up the region for them is this like percentage that we take when they first provide the rewards. So, I mean, I guess if they wanted to start rewards again after 6 months or something, then maybe we do another percentage of those rewards or whatever. But it's like they provide rewards, we take some percentage of it, goes to projects, to the matching pool, and some percentage goes to our liquidity multi-sig. I do like this idea of putting a minimum amount. I was thinking the same thing too when I was like writing the documentation. I was like, shouldn't it be like at least some $1,000 or 1% of the total rewards? So I mean, we could keep it at 1% and then, but say like to a minimum of 5,000, or what is a reasonable minimum amount that we're cool with of getting like Give liquidity for setting up a regen farm for someone?
I mean, how much work is it to spin up one of these region farms now that we have it done for Fox too? Like on the tech side and on the social side, it's definitely work, right? Like we have to explain to them what parameters we need. But then on the tech side, like how much of your day does it take to spin one of these up? Pablo, either one. Like how much dev work is it to spin up a region?
Okay, I think Amin has some kind of problem.
Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, I was hearing. From tech side, it's not much. It's not too much. I just more about testing. Because it's not safe to go for that without testing. In backend, for instance, we should define new variables and test it. So it would take about 1 day in technical side, just to know about the token. Then I just define a new environment, test it, and see how it is. Whether it works or not, and check the parameters and test it. That's what takes it, but that takes most of the time. But technically, not much.
And then socially, we have to get them to understand the parameters, right? That they have to choose. We simplify that and just say they have to end the stream when our stream ends or something, and make fewer choices, but they still have to choose these things, right?
Yeah. Just the parameters are, for me, straightforward. It's easy to understand, but you can even make it more simple. The start time, the end time, the cliff period, the initial percentage. These are the important ones, and this distribution of Unipool, how they can distribute the reward. These are the stuff that can be simplified for those.
Okay, so I guess I think 5,000 is a nice round number, and we say half goes to donation.eth and half goes to us for our liquidity multisig, and then so minimum 5,000 and then 1% if they decide to do more rewards, or even 2%.
So wait, minimum of 5,000. But split in two ways, so 2,500 to donation ETH and 2,500 to us. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, Marco.
Yeah, I'd stay with 1% just to be competitive, maybe. And then question is how, like, when someone deploys the farm, they're probably gonna add a lot of rewards, right? So it's not gonna be like the value of these rewards will be higher than 5K, right? I mean, I assume.
Well, that's the thing. In Fox's case, they put in 100K worth of rewards. So we got $1,000 to donation.eth and $1,000 to our liquidity multisig, which is like not enough. Not enough to make it really worth our time to organize and coordinate this for lots of people.
Yeah, got it. Can we just, in this case, like when it's below some certain amount, set the base fee and then keep the 1% always? But just like a base fee, say, let's say, I don't know, 2K to deploy this for the 1 day of work of dev efforts, whatever. and then 1% of however how much rewards you put in.
So you'd say
just
say like 5K no matter what, and on top of that 1%.
I'd say base fee, whatever we agree on, and then on top of that 1%.
Okay, I think that makes sense. So it's like we waive the base fee for Shapeshift, and then in the future we charge the base fee for every other group.
Yeah. Because I just say that 1% there, just to be competitive. Like and then like if we need to cover some of the costs, then decide what's the fee, and that's all. Someone wanted to say something. I don't know who it was.
Well, this is good advice process. In the end, I think Lauren, you get to choose how you want to go. Do you need any more advice on this topic?
I'm still okay. So yeah, no, I guess not. I mean, it just feels like me pulling numbers out of my ass. Like, okay, yeah. And I mean, we're like, okay, I don't know. I don't really feel good about making this decision by myself, because I would literally just be like, I don't know. Or I'd be like, what do you think? And then I would just do what you think. But like, it's like, can we get like a little bit clearer?
Maybe a little bit more.
Okay. All right, we can move on.
Sorry for interrupting. It was breaking up here.
Yeah, I think it's my side.
No worries. Yeah, our internet's not so hot today. Okay, so let's keep moving because we have a lot to go through. And maybe this needs to be a forum post if we need more thought on it. But otherwise, I think we can talk about it and make an offer. Let's go to Giveth Connect proposal. So this is who put this on there? Was that Marco?
I put it on there because you mentioned it's checking. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I saw that in the agenda there were several forum proposals to discuss, but the Connect wasn't there, and the Figma Premium purchase wasn't also there. So I just added it to see like what are next steps in both of these proposals, and that's basically. You're muted.
So right now for Giveth Connect, there's a proposal here, so you can vote. Yes, let's do it. Finally, yes. So there's lots of talk in this forum post, and so I think they just have to figure out how to launch it. Danny, looks like you're engaging with them. Do you know of any direction for this?
No, but it's one of the ones I was excited about. I read through it and thought this is an area that I want to stay involved in, so I chimed in, but I haven't heard anything back.
Yeah, so I think they just need to like form a working group, and maybe we don't have that process clearly outlined, I guess, about how to form a working group, but I think that's the next step.
I'm happy to jump back in there and take a look at it. We've been forming working groups like mad on the ground. I think I can bring that up.
Yeah. Great. Cool. Yeah, I think they just need some to feel like they have the authority, and then they can move forward. Okay, so then let's keep moving as fast as we can because there's so much to cover. There's also an NFT proposal. Oh, that's also in here. Well, since you brought it up, Marco, how about we dive into the Purchase Figma Professional Plan? I think it's reached advice process, and you can just make a proposal on the forum or on the Gardens.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Should I go straight to the Gardens? Should I go to Snapshot or whatever? I mean, I'm getting a lot of likes over there. Just wanted to know what are the next steps. And then also decide for the reimbursement. Should I pay with my credit card and then ask to be reimbursed by the DAO, or should we provide another credit card? Whoever wants to do that.
If you're able to take that last mile, man, please. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
sure, no problem. I can do that.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
hero's work, and then being reimbursed by the DAO or paid in advance before, however you want to play.
Yeah, it's no problem at all. All right, cool. We're clear.
Okay, nice. There's also this NFT proposal. Let's see. I think it's here.
Santi's.
Givers PFP collection. So, so this is Santi's proposal. He wants to make an NFT. I think that there's been some discussion. The idea behind the proposal is good, but then at the same time, there's like I don't know, at least for me, like looking at it as pirates was like, I don't know if pirates are the right theme for Giveth, it's like
the narrative should probably be different. And also, I think the proposal is okay. It's something that I proposed, I think, a couple of months ago. But I would just like to look at the whole proposal from a broader perspective of other forum posts on how we might use the NFTs. Santi's idea was just to start with something very, very basic so that we get out with something. And then on top of that, build out more utilities and incorporate all of the other ideas we had regarding NFTs on the forum already. So this proposal is just to kickstart this whole thing. However, I think we should, before we approve that or move forward, I think we should just have like an outline of like what is the bigger picture and or like what could the roadmap look like maybe in the future, and then start with this sort of like MVP thing. That's what I suggest. But definitely I'm in favor of moving forward with these kind of like building in NFTs on Giveth, definitely.
Absolutely. Cool. Any other thoughts on the NFT project?
I just feel like there's been a lot of really great conversation and ideas in a few places, and maybe that's the next working group, is to get those different folks with ideas together and actually make something. I would love to support from a social perspective, at least getting what is the next step for Giveth NFTs, a bit of a roadmap and planning.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that there's Poignant Art is working on a project. We have it's like our first NFT. It's not directly embedded into Giveth, but it's our first NFT project or trial project. And then Kotabe's been working with impact markets for impact certificates as NFTs. This is a PFP project for NFTs. Also, just like the highest donors every round should probably get some NFTs. That's an easy one. There's lots of easy starts, and so it's so there's action happening, but I wouldn't say it's organized, and maybe that's like a big issue. But if you guys have any other comments for the PFP NFT collection, definitely go into the forum and check it out. Another one that was brought up. Oh, Amin, you said you have multi-sig transactions.
Yeah, I sent a link to. Is it Giveth multisig, the one that we transferred the ownership of the smart contract to it? Actually, transferring the permission of the upgrade permission was not complete. There was some tricks. There was some. I don't know how to name it for our public.
There's a step in the middle that we need to deploy. We needed to deploy a special contract because of the way that contract upgradability works with our framework. Doesn't really matter. It's technical. So we had to create another contract that does this. Otherwise, it's just like it's all under one banner. It's all under one owner, and we needed to mitigate this. That's why we need to confirm these votes, because that will properly set that the upgradability is handled by the multisig. So multisig has to sign the transaction to upgrade the contracts, which is what we want. And also for every separate contract, there's like domains of separation, so that other different contracts like region files and so on are not managed by the same key. So in a nutshell, this proposal proposal on the multisig will take care of that. It will allow us to transfer the ownership to the multisig, so the multisig can sign a transaction to upgrade contracts if it's required, because currently the existing transfer was not complete and it's still held in escrow by the development team. So this is like relatively important to execute, but it's also relatively straightforward. And this is about as well as I can explain it.
And so, maybe just one more time in simple terms, like what is this contract that the multisig is interacting with? This middle.
Okay.
What exactly does it do?
Right. So in a nutshell, there is this pattern for upgrading smart contracts on Solidity called transparent upgradability proxy, and it has two parts. The first one is a proxy, which is like it's a proxy. It just lets you through to the contract, and it points to an implementation. And the implementation is something in the background that we did, and everything works fine when it comes to the proxy part. Now, when it comes to the upgrade part, the way that this has been created by the library that we use, OpenZeppelin, it requires an administrative component, which is a separate smart contract, which manages the rights. Essentially, who is the basically it determines who is the owner of the upgradability mechanic. In other words, which address can sign a transaction that changes the implementation of the proxy and proposes the upgrade. Now, this is pretty important. The reason why it's a separate contract is technical. Basically, it allows the same address to be the owner and the upgrader. It allows the upgrader to send a transaction to the contract, and that's just the way they did it to save gas. Basically, what we did, we didn't complete this fully, so that's why we needed to deploy another upgradability contract, which is like a separate thing, and then the proposal will transfer the ownership of this upgradability contract to the multisig, which means now the multisig controls the upgradability contract, which then controls the proxy. So to recap, if we executing this transaction will ensure that the multisig controls the upgrade process. So only the multisig can authorize contract upgrades, and this wasn't done fully previously. It was a mistake on our part, honestly. But this way we will rectify the mistake and ensure that only the multisig can initiate a transaction to upgrade the token distro, the unit pools, and everything that controls the farms and so on and so forth. So that is the purpose of this transaction.
And is it only on XDAI that we have to do this? We don't have to do this on mainnet as well?
Oh, you're right. We forgot to do that. And now, there is something. Actually, as Paula said, the upgrade permission is not something that directly is given to the deployer. A third contract is deployed. The deployer is the owner of that, right? And that third contract can upgrade the smart contract. Is it clear? What happened during our deployment? The my key, which did the deployment, was still the owner of that third contract, right? But the correct way was that on that contract, I call transfer ownership and make the multisig the owner of that third contract, and everything will be solved. But I did a bad because I wasn't familiar with the process. I made the multisig the one who can upgrade. So now we created a contract. It's the owner. The owner is the multisig. So the multisig should transfer its ownership from upgrading to that third contract. So it was the same that Paula said. And on the Ethereum, no, we forgot to do this. we should do it. I did it today with Paula. We may have another session to check everything together to do it, because it's so stressful to do it alone, and I may made a mistake.
We checked everything on XDAI, so that's important to understand. So this is due to the way that upgrades are implemented in the Open Zeppelin library that we use.
I want to, just for in the interest of time, I will keep going. This makes a lot of sense, and I'm excited for us. I'm glad that we solved this and figured out a way to take full ownership of the upgrades. There's a multi-sig transaction, so if you're on give.eth multi-sig, you can sign it. And as long as Amin and Pablo, as long as you both feel confident about the, that it's all been double checked and we're not going to brick our ability to upgrade in the future, then I think we can all get that signed.
Yeah, and you can check the owner of the third contract as transferred owner is transferring that will be the multi. You can see, all of you can see the owner will be still
reach out to us if you have questions after this call. Like in the chat, we can answer any questions if you have.
Yeah, it's so critical. It's so critical. Of course, you should take care of that.
I think that we should answer questions in the governance chat of Giveth, and I just put a @multisig safe owners handle, and we can finish this in the chat. Next one is let's actually skip TokenMac and go to more hiring. Monique, you had some things that you wanted to talk about for hiring.
Yeah, I think if you want to perform better, I think we have to do more hiring on the both back and front, and also DevOps. I see lots of proposals are passing by, and we may have a tough roadmap, and I made a very vague estimations over our roadmap, and I find out that with the current team, building is not important at all. Maintaining is the most thing that we have to pay attention to it. So I was thinking.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I think that in order to that we have to have our eyes on maintaining things and creating new products or new lines. We have to have more devs, and recently I saw the some efforts that Amin did with this region farms, and I figured out that it was it was awful. He was near heart attack, guys. He's almost near heart attack at the weekend, and I think that we have to have a plan for having backups for everyone in the dev team.
We were also talking about a tester. Remember Mo? I think that's also an important role that we don't have right now.
Yeah, exactly. Testers, as we have a talk with Griff and Lauren, we also, first of all, I was looking for a kind of delivery manager, defined that it can deliver, test, and also plan for the team. But recently I figured out that we can compromise it and just hire testers. I don't know what we should do about the forms of the process that we have, but the decision that it came that we only have one front back end. For example, we need only one front end senior developer. I just want to make it more clear that these suggestions, these decisions made from which channel, and in my understanding, if we want to have all these coming stuff, and if we want to grow, we have to do more hiring. But it's kind of go ahead. Sorry.
I guess the big question is, would you be able to create job descriptions for each of these roles, or who would be able to do that, and then we can get them up?
We also have one for we don't have for backend. We can generate it. we also have. I can do it for tester. But the other 80s are up, but we didn't hire it. And that's the problem. That's the question. That's why we didn't hire it, and how we can going to manage them in the future. We need some maybe proposals or budgets cleared for the project owners or product owners that they can jump into, and with their budget they can raise issues for the team. But if we want to have a good dApp, I think we have to also keep refactoring some parts of our technical side.
Okay, I've shared something in the governance chat. So I have ability to recruit some people, open up unexpectedly. So if I know the roles and if I know the relative size of the budget for hiring, I can proceed to reference some people. Also, I have at least one slated developer. I've spoken about this with Ahmad, that will be able to start onboarding into Giveth. For starters, he just wants to help out, but we can work out how this can potentially work out in the future. And that's it from my part. So as long as we start like a group that manages this, I can support it as much as I can.
I think that. Well, go ahead, Carlos. Or so, yeah.
I'm just I'm doing interview for front-end developers, so it's a good moment if you like to decide about it. We can decide at how many of them to hire. I see promising ones.
Yeah, and on top of what Mo was saying, I think we do need a lead tester, a QA engineer. I feel we're missing a lot in that testing area, because I know we can all test or that Mitch does a lot of testing, but yeah, there are specialized people that they have all the automation tools. They don't do the smoke testing. They check every scenario. They have their Excel spreadsheet. So we need someone like dedicated to that, so that we get more stable releases.
Yeah, definitely.
So I help also with that description.
And I want to give a shout out to Lauren, because when we were launching the dApp and launching Regen Farms, because we don't have a lead tester, she went in there and just tested all the issues. And she's leading comms and the economy, and that's just not a fair place to put people. So yeah, testing, for me at least, top priority is testers, because there's no point in adding more developers if we can't test the issues they're fixing. And we shouldn't add more developers if we can't test the issues they're fixing. If we rely on the rest of our team to do testing, then basically we should pull developers off to do testing. And yeah, that's where we're at as far as I can tell. But this is I think this is a bigger issue around management and the HR as well of these teams, and how do we manage our budgets. There's lots of conversation there. And I think upgrading the HR proposal on the forum has a lot of discussion in it and around this topic too. But in the interest of time, let's keep moving. I want to throw it to, so sorry we can't come to a conclusion, Monique, during this, but the main thing is let's find a lead tester. Let's get some kind of thing up for lead testers before adding more developers, please. And then we can also add some developers as well, or pull development resources off so we can test issues. I just
want to say I found that Connect working group, and there's requests for users to be interviewed, which would then move into having a test pool from those folks. So getting testers lined up is happening organically as well, but I really think I want to support getting that test lead.
Yeah, it's one thing to have people who can test or think they can test, and another thing to have someone whose responsibility it is to have everything tested. But Decentralized J, you want to tell us about TokenMac, the TokenMac reactor? That was a pretty interesting topic.
Absolutely, and it's actually great timing. We got Chad Fi on here as well, where we talked last week and going to kind of co-spearhead getting the process started for ideally getting Giveth a TokenMac reactor. So at a really high level, I'll keep this quick. their Tokamak is doing Core 3. For those unfamiliar with Tokamak, it is a model and platform for sustainable liquidity. It would be an awesome thing to add to the Giveth repertoire to be able to provide users with that sustainable liquidity without having to dilute the Give tokens themselves. We have been talking with one of their kind of lead Core 3 people, for lack of a better term, and the idea is that it probably will publish some criteria mid-April. They're estimating they'll probably have 50 or so protocols interested in participating, so it's going to be pretty competitive at a high level, just to say the least. There's going to be probably an element of having to bribe protocols and users to vote for each reactor, and I imagine that also gets pretty competitive. Chad Fi and I have started to put together a list of DAOs and projects that already have toke reactors, participated in Core 2, or just have a large stash of toke, to see if we can start to reach out and make inroads, get noticed in their communities, and try and spread the good word of Giveth, and see if we can have them participate on our behalf. Chad Fi, if you want to add anything else, go for it.
Yeah, so great summary, and huge shout out to Decentralized Jay for getting us in contact with the Core 3 dude. He's been super helpful in giving us some alpha. So the big thing right now is we need to contact the 4 other DAOs that got reactors, like Jay said. So if anyone has any contacts, off the top of my head, we've got like Synthetics, Elevium, and 2 more I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll post it in the chat. If you've got contacts there, please by all means reach out to either me or Jay so we can get the ball rolling.
Yeah, we'll be making use of our contacts, of course, at Shapeshift. That's an easy one. But other than that, looking for anyone who has a stash of toke or toka, and anyone who would be willing to assist, whether that's DAO project or not, just across the board. It'd definitely be a competitive event. So we want to make sure that we're positioned as well as possible to actually have a shot at getting a reactor.
Cool. I guess the best place to manage this, would it be okay to be on the forum and be pretty public like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think honestly, maybe more public the better. Get people involved.
Yeah, I think the next step here is to get a forum post out there that has some links to some information, but also the call to action, the like, hey, who knows people here, and here, and then collect in that forum post.
Yeah, absolutely, Griff. I think we might want to wait a little bit on the actual forum post till Tokamak publishes their actual requirements for the Core 3. Right now, it's just kind of a reaching out passively, but then as soon as they do, we'll get that up.
Okay, well then maybe we can coordinate in the Give Economy channel and ask for people there. Make your call to action there then.
I think that's a good idea. I'll go ahead and pop in there as we're talking.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Well, you guys are probably going to be talking a little bit more. So we also have a water token swap proposal. They just put a deadline on the 18th. So I don't know. I guess we don't really even have a forum post up yet for that. I forget which one of you guys was interested. I remember someone reached out. I think it may have been you, Chad, who wanted to do the water proposal.
Yeah, that's me. Full disclosure, haven't gotten started on it, but I've got some time this evening. I can get some movement behind it.
Nice. If you get the forum post up, it can be 80-20 if it has to be, but I do think we need to get moving because the timeline is starting to come up against us. So they're saying the 18th is like the deadline to get tokens in. So subtracting days, we shouldn't have any trouble meeting it as long as we get the forum post up like in the next couple of days.
It's on the top of my list.
Yes. Okay, sweet. And then the next one is Fox token swap. I saw some movement from, was it you, Giant Kin, or was it G Beast? I think it was G Beast. I always mix you two up. I'm so sorry. But who's working on the Fox proposal?
If GBeast is on, I'll let him talk just real quick. I pinged Willie this morning. So based on their governance proposal process, we need to move GBeast's proposal into their, I can't remember what it's called. Right now it's an incubation, and the next stage is 5 full days in an actual proposal forum post. So we need to do that and then let it just bake for 5 days. And then after that, Shapeshift will vote on it. So we need to get that moved. I asked Willie if we can just copy pasta and just change the 100K to 250. I assume yes, but I asked anyway. So I'll ping GBeast once I get a response. But I think that's the next step.
Nice. Yeah. So I just an update on that. So 250K token swap. So we would send Shapeshift 250K. They would send us 250K worth of Fox, and then we both make our own LPs and hold it as a DAO, right, ChadFi?
Yeah, that's correct.
So that will make $1 million worth of liquidity with Fox, which is pretty epic. Major step towards it. So like major props to the token swap team. And I got kicked out here. So let's see. So those are the updates on the token swaps. The DAP node token swap went through, and I don't think that are there any other token swaps that should be on our radar? Oh, Gnosis.
Yeah. So that proposal is in draft phase. I'm just kind of waiting on 2 wink key people to review it. So there should be some movement on that soon.
Nice. Thank you so much, ChadFi, for taking all of these on and coordinate this. This is epic. Okay, cool. Then let's move on to other topics. Oh my gosh, I'm glad we still have a little bit of time for NR Give DAO. So we are minting Q1 NR Give tokens. So I think this is Q2. I don't know. That whole Q1, Q2 thing never made sense to me. Sometimes January, but either way, it's April. Welcome to April. We made it 3 months. If you've been working for Giveth, if you were working for Giveth in December, if you were contributing and since December, then you qualify for NR Give tokens. If you haven't been working if you've only started helping out Giveth since 2022, then you do not get NR Give tokens yet. You'll have to wait until the next batch. But if you were working with Giveth in 2021, like December 31st, 2021 or earlier, then apply for NR Give tokens. The NR Give DAO controls 8% of the token supply, which is pretty massive, and pays the community here, pays like the core team, and manages like all the bureaucracy, right? So most of the fun proposals go through the gardens, but stuff that just needs to get done goes through our NR Give DAO, and the NR Give DAO is open to contributors. So if you've been contributing for the last 3 months or more, then you can ask for tokens. And it's really cool. Danny wrote an awesome post that explains the NR Give governance on our Medium. And but basically every quarter we issue more NR Give tokens so that people who were in the past, they kind of get diluted out of power if they drop off the radar. And you have 1 month to request NR Give tokens. And there are a lot of votes up there right now. Looks like 3 people, including myself, have put up proposals in the last couple hours to get NR Give tokens, and there's a lot here. So definitely go in and rock the vote. We need more. We need a few more votes. I think you need 25%. So from 72 up have not been voted on. It's really recommended that if you want NR Give tokens, that you actually put it in the forum post. And say, hey, I'm requesting NR Give tokens. If you just put up, I don't recommend people just put up proposals and and vote. Just don't vote for just any proposal. Make sure that we don't get socially attacked by some random bad person who who either doesn't know how the system works or even has nefarious things. Don't just vote for something. Know who you're voting for and all of this stuff. But that's a thing. Give power. We have 3 minutes left, and I want to. Oh man, and Angel Vault. Do you have anything quick to say on Give Power, Lauren? Okay, cool. Okay, sweet. Thanks, Lauren. So Angel Vault is crazy. Angel Vault's crazy. Remember we were going to raise money? Scratch that. We don't need to raise money. Let's just use crazy leverage to take take a bunch of Give tokens and put it in collateral. So instead of doing the $1 million raise, the current plan is to partner with Ichi and TribeDAO, who runs the Fae stable token, to use their turbo program to actually get the Fae. So effectively, and I don't know, Yas, you might have a quick update on this, but just like the high level view is that Ichi's going to put up a bunch of Ichi tokens for collateral. And then they're going to use those Ichi tokens to, maybe I can even make this bigger. They're going to use those Ichi tokens. They're going to deposit those Ichi tokens into their turbo safe. And that will allow them to mint Fae tokens. So they'll be able to collateralize the Fae currency with their currency and take out a loan that mints Fae and put that Fae, which is a stable coin, to $1. They'll put that in a Rari pool. And then we can actually put up Give tokens to borrow the Fae that was minted by Ichi. So now we will be able to borrow the Fae tokens, and then with that Fae, we'll pair it with more Give tokens. We'll mint 1 Give tokens, and then we'll use those 1 Give tokens to actually make the Angel Vault. Now, in this process, we will have to pay interest on our $1 million loan. So that we have to work with Ichi to figure out what that interest will be, and then pay off the loan as need be. The goal would be, of course, to get out of this loan and as we can and pay down the principal and eventually exit the loan, because it's not good to be in debt and have our Give token collateralized. But a good first step is to put up this wall so we can protect the downward pressure against downward pressure. Okay, Yas, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I just know that the founder of Ichi is thinking of some other ways that it could be more beneficial to us, but they're working on the idea, and then they will let us know either in the chat today or tomorrow, so we can update everyone in the comments or maybe the next call. So far they're cooking the ideas, and we will be let known.
Uh-oh. Okay, cool. That's scary. I can't wait to see what they come up with. But either way, we will not. There's almost no chance of doing the race. And major props to Giant Ken for even putting up a fuse pool with Give tokens on it. Do you have anything to add, Giant Ken?
I do. The Rari pools, they are kind of like a floating percentage for your loans and for the deposits in some of them. So they probably don't control it. It does depend on what some of their choices, however, when they set up the pool.
Yeah.
Like I did mine pretty low, but it depends. It's like the more is deposited or the more is borrowed, it fluctuates everything. That's all.
Yeah, that's the big thing is like if we want to borrow $1 million, they need to mint like $2 million or something so we can have a decent, a lower interest rate.
Correct. Yep.
So yeah, it's going to be crazy. We'll see how it goes. But either way, we're putting a pause on the sale. So there was an NFT project. There were other things that were happening so that we could try to sell Give tokens. We're going to avoid selling Give tokens and try to use crazy protocol solutions instead. Wish us luck. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you for staying late. I'm glad.